Pittsburgh Steelers fans, welcome to another Wednesday night edition of the Pump Your Brakes podcast. Thank you all for joining us. You could be anywhere, watching any podcast, doing anything, but you here with me, the triple OG Shannon, and the little fellow Big G. What's up, fellas?
Man, what's cracking, man? Tate, man. Hey, I just want to address Steelers Freak already, man, over there in the live chat. Hey, man, you sound like Day-Day, man, from Friday After Dark or Fridays, whatever one it is, when he was talking about all I want for Christmas is A, B, C, and D. You talking about all you want for Christmas is a sound three-piece run for the Steelers offense, defense, and special teams in a game. I'm feeling you, dog. But to everybody else in the live chat, what's cracking? Let's get it lit. Let's get them algorithms jumping off. It's Pump Your Brakes Wednesday, hump day, y'all. Let's do what we do. What's up, Shannon?
Hey, Big G, Brother Tate. Just looking forward to the show tonight and ready to get going.
Yes, sir. Real quick, I want to tell everybody thank you for watching us on the Steel Curtain Network, affiliate of the Fans First Sports Network. You can find all your different sports teams and stuff. Just go to your audio podcast platform and search FFSN and look for whatever the team is. I don't know who your team might be. We know about these Steelers right here.
That's facts.
But and then on the audio side of things, check out the Steeler Fix. Here we go. The Hangover. Bad Language. So Let's Ride. The Scobro Show. The Mike Tomlin Weekly. So many different shows all on the audio platform. The ones you see on YouTube, you can also get on the audio platform. So the lineup for the week for the YouTube shows, Shannon and Daniel J on Monday with The Hangover. The Scobro Show, Dave and Big Bro Sco on Tuesday. Hear us guys go on Wednesday, the Pump Your Brakes podcast. Thursday is a Steeler preview with Jeff Hartman, Bad, and Dave Schofield. Friday night, you get a double dose of me and the little fella Big G, along with, I guess I'll mention Pay and B Dirt.
They be absent, dog. They be absent. They getting fined. On
the homies overtime. Sunday is bets, the Steelers Q&A. What's on Saturday? Remind me.
I'll be in Grove with the Level Up podcast on Saturday. I don't even pay no attention. I don't know.
You know, Shannon?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't remember, but something every day. That's all we're saying. So
yeah.
I wanted to talk about that stuff and get that stuff out the way in case we get short at the end, because I know all y'all know how my boy Big G be bloviating, getting his talk.
It's all good. I hit him with facts and facts only, bro. Facts and facts only.
You're going to say facts, man. You got to put the S on the sign, man.
Nah, man. I like fact, and then I put the S. That way I might push it out. Instead of me having a long sign where I say bench, I like fact.
Yeah, that's a long sign.
Facts. Absolutely.
But, man, shout out to everybody in the live chat, man.
We got a lot, man.
Quite a few people there already.
And hit the like button.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. Why be – listen. We love and appreciate all the support that we get from the live chat, from the live audience. We appreciate it. But hit the like button because that helps them rhythms jump. Because, y'all, I'm telling y'all, we got a number one hit right here. We got a bestseller with Pump Your Brakes. So help get the algorithms moving so that way we can spread the love to everybody about what's going on in the Pump Your Brakes podcast. You agree, Shannon?
Totally.
Facts.
He totally agrees.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So, yeah, man. So, y'all got anything you want to say before we get started here?
Man, I do, man. And it's about reminiscing a little bit about the Steelers. We might get into it as far as the conversation is concerned. Y'all, Steeler Nation, we spoiled. We done had a lot of good WRs, man, come through Steeler Nation, man. A lot. Me and Tate was backstage talking about Young Money and Santonio Holmes and Randall L. and Hines Ward. I mean, it just went back. And, we might get into the conversation a little bit about what the current state of the WRs for the wide receivers.
Hey, even when you didn't think we had receivers, I mean, like, I'm going back like to Charles Johnson and Yancey Thigpen and Lewis Lips.
Jeff Graham. OHIO, baby. Jeff Graham. OH, killing them.
Yeah, so it's been a long list of really good receivers in the Steel City.
Facts. Shannon, who was your favorite receiver?
All time?
All time.
Lynn Swan.
All right, new 90 from 80.
Mine too. You said all time. You said all time.
I know it is, man. Oh, let's go from 87 and up, Shannon. Who you got?
Hines Ward.
Okay. All right, I feel it, man. I like Santonio wide open Holmes, man. Santonio was toe touching before people knew what it was, baby. He was toe touching for a chip.
I don't know if y'all got to see the Cam Hayward podcast today with Ike Taylor on there.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Hayward asked Ike Taylor, he said, "Who was your toughest cover ever during the time you was playing?" He's like, "Ever during the time I was playing?" And Ike said, Cam said, "Yeah, that you ever had to cover it when you were playing." He said, "Well, you don't gotta go far. It was AB."
Oh.
He said, "You can say a lot of things about AB off the field."
Yeah.
He said, "But in between them white lines, nobody worked harder and nobody was better."
Yeah. Young Money was thoroughbreds now. Mike Wallace, Emmanuel Sanders, Antonio Brown. Young Money was out there hitting now. Don't get it twisted. They were some dogs.
Right, man. We got Mr. Wood C said Ernie Mills.
Florida Gator in the house.
Ernie
was a dog. Ernie was a dog with Yancey. He was a dog. And they had Slash too and Jeff Graham. Oh, we was hitting. No, we spoiled with the Steeler Nation and with the WR, bro.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But fellas, so just on some basic Steeler news, we're gonna let me explain to everybody what we plan on doing. We could get sidetracked, but this is the plan from the top.
Facts.
We're gonna go over a little bit of Steeler news from early this week, talk about some stuff. Then we're the game was last Thursday. It's not like there was a game Sunday. I think everybody has gone over and digested the game against Tennessee Titans and stuff. Even though we will talk about the offense starting to look better, but we want to go over that game. And we'll just go over some things. Then we're going to break down how we see Green Bay. Then lastly, we're going to close out. We're going to go over the rest of the schedule beginning this week and try and figure out what we think the Steelers' record could be.
Hey, you're going to make me put on my glasses and start going to inch-high private eye getting an investigation. Trying to look to see, man.
Who you investigate?
The Steelers in that schedule. But when we get to it, I'll switch it up.
I sent y'all a text with the rest of the schedule.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So first thing I want to talk about, man, this still get on my nerves, man.
Who? Anybody
that liked the Jets and called the Steelers the worst team in football. Mike Greenberg from ESPN's Get Up.
He trash. He's trash, man.
He said he's watched every Steeler game this season, but doesn't know how they're continuing to win. Actually, he believes they might be the worst team in the league.
Shannon, assassinate him before I even go in on him, man. Because when I'm coming for his job, bro. But go ahead, get him, man.
I think that that's just a little bit of the ESPN bias against the Steelers that they're well known for. The way they've played, where they rank on offense and defense, 30th or 31st. There's an argument to be made that maybe they've underachieved more than any other team in the NFL, but there's no way that they're one of the worst teams in the NFL. They've been very fortunate, but last week I think a lot of people missed the fact that the Steelers sustained drives. They had 4 drives of almost 70 yards or more. So multiple play drives, 10 or more. That shows that it wasn't just a splash play here or a blown coverage there. They converted finally 50% of the third downs. So we've seen offensive progress. And if the offense can continue to progress, you get Fitzpatrick back. You've already got Hayward back. And now Rush looks like he might be able to contribute we could see a big turnaround in the second half for the Steelers.
I agree. And we got to get moved too. We got to get moved back. So, but Greenberg, man, listen, bro, get to kicking, dog. Kick rocks right now off the back. How can you say that we're one of the – and there's teams like the New York Football Giants, the Arizona Cardinals, the Jets. I mean, come on, man, the Chicago Bears. And you're saying we're one of the worst teams? The New England Patriots? And we're one of the worst teams? Man, you sound crazy. Bro, they need to take your license off ESPN.
It's biased because he thinks his team is going to be competing for one of those playoff positions with our team.
Who, the Bears?
No, the Jets.
Oh, the Jets trash.
Well, that's what we're talking about. So a couple of these dudes are like the Jets. That's on national daytime sports talk. You got your boy, he get on my nerves, a little sidekick with Colin Coward, J Mac.
Horrible.
I really don't like his takes. I like Joy Taylor much better.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, her takes and to look at.
Yeah. But he trash, man. Listen, the Jets have shown me over and over and over again. If we had to play them, we smash them. Because we smash them.
No. Their defense is a strength and our offense is a weakness. So I think it'd be a close game because it'd be a defensive struggle.
Dog, you listen. You put JPJ one-on-one with Garrett and say somebody else beat us. That's how horrible they are.
I'm not worried about Zach Wilson getting the ball in the passing game, but the one time he played us, he did beat us.
Well, we got some. They better not show up and have to play us in the playoffs. We got something for them. Jets trash. The
but
Jets
Big
full
T,
trash.
Who would you say my favorite all-time athlete is?
LeBron.
There you go. And guess who was talking about our Steelers this week?
Yeah, we're like the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. You know what that mean? No, the Pittsburgh Steelers right now have not outgained or outscored any of their opponents in this season right now, and yet they got a winning record.
And that's what it's all about. But that's been the narrative all this week. How can Pittsburgh be 5-3, have been outgained in every game this year offensively, yet they find ways to win? I think.
Shannon, what you think? What you think, man?
About LeBron's comment or about the fact that they're 5-3?
Both.
Well, I said, the old saying is better to be lucky than good sometimes. And the Steelers their elite quality is they are been very fortunate this year. They played smart, conservative football, and that they're one of the lowest penalized teams. They don't turn the ball over. They create turnovers. Mm-hmm. And all that is a formula for winning more games than you lose if you got a clutch quarterback. Mm-hmm. I am not a LeBron fan. So I don't really put much stock into anything he says.
Dang, Shannon, you kick LeBron to the curb.
Yeah, wow, I didn't like how he left the first time to go to Miami.
Yeah.
We saw the start of the super teams, and it worked. And I was actually glad for him and Cleveland when they won in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. But then, of course, he left again, and I've just never been able to. I just do not like him.
I understand. Hey, but listen, fellas,
I didn't like him. I didn't like him when he left Cleveland. I went to Boston so they could beat Miami. That was my team during that time span. But he's a hometown kid from Ohio. I mean, he's from Akron. I'm from Youngstown, probably about 30, 40 minutes apart. So, I've rooted for him his whole career, except for he was in Miami. Even when he went to the Lakers, I root for him now. But, and he does so much. He does so much for the community and for, just in general and stuff. I mean, he's a good athlete. No scandal, no trouble, none of that stuff. So the worst thing we can say is I don't like him the way he left Cleveland. He ain't doing too bad.
Listen, all that matters is the dub. That's what LeBron was talking about in Cole. Getting dubs. It don't matter. Listen,
you don't have to shoot well. You have to play good offense. You just got to.
I'm trying to tell you, the only thing close counts for in life is horseshoes and hand grenades. That's it. If we get the dub, it don't matter how we get it. Let's just get it. I want dubs. I would much rather have dubs than L's. Give me straight W's. I don't care nothing else about. Listen, I wouldn't care if Kenny Pickett ran for 67 yards and passed for 71. At the end of the game, if the score says Pittsburgh with the dub and somebody else with the L, that's all that matters. I want the dub, no matter how we got to get it.
The one asterisk, they have to show improvement along the way.
Yeah.
And last game, I seen some improvement.
Yeah. Improving the dub with a dub is a bonus, Shannon.
Yep.
That's a bonus.
We're going to get into the offensive improvement and the defensive, the rhythm I think they might be starting to build up. But first, I want to ask you guys, Shannon, chime in if you want. Big G, you seem to have all these sources and stuff. You tell us something different, new every week.
Yeah.
Let me see what you say about this one. Do you know what Chuk said after the Jacksonville game that got him in trouble? And how long, what he said, and how long is he going to be in the doghouse, man?
Man, I don't know exactly what he said, but all the comments I've been reading is that he's straight up in the doghouse like Linus and Snoopy on the Charlie Brown special, dog. He might as well go ahead, instead of rocking out one of them Bumblebee uniforms, he might as well get one of them Charlie Brown shirts on and get his behind over on the sideline, because that boy ain't going to see no part of the field. So if you know exactly what he said, give me the quote. But I've heard around town that boy in trouble.
You know anything, Shannon?
No, haven't heard anything. I will say it's consistent with Tomlin's disciplinary procedures. If a player is like George Pickens, there's nobody that can replace him. Mm-hmm. He can do the stuff he did, and it's called what it's called, which I know we're going to talk about that later. And it's kind of, y'all crazy reality TV harping on all this stuff. It don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Whereas Okorafor is being outplayed by Broderick Jones. Broderick Jones has to be in there. So clearly, that's the perfect excuse to take Okorafor out and put Broderick Jones in. Just like the injury to Levi Wallace was a great opportunity to get Joey Porter Jr. in there playing without admitting they made the wrong decision, having the wrong guy start too long. So yeah. I think it was just a process of convenience, and whatever he said pissed Tomlin off.
That's right. And he cried because he over there on the bench, Shannon. He over there on the bench, so he crying. Get you your Charlie Brown jersey, dog. Go on and trade it in. Get your Charlie Brown. Get you your Linus blanket, and get to crying, because you ain't going to be in Pittsburgh next year. But what's this quote, dog? Do you know for sure what he said?
No, I was supposed to ask you. You got all inside sources.
I heard it
every week.
I heard it, but I don't know for sure what he said. But listen, by Friday, I'm going to have it. Believe me. I'm going to have the whole thing of what he said.
I think it's not going the way I saw it going. I really saw Broderick Jones coming in for Dan Moore on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Dan Moore compete. Maybe if Chuk was going to sit, it was going to be because Dan Moore got moved to the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Tomlin said he's terrible on the right side. Yeah, he insinuated. That. Yeah.
Tomlin said he's definitely better on the left side, Dan Moore. But I still think next year at some point you don't put that much draft capital and equity in moving up and using the 14th pick to get a right tackle. You get your left tackle.
Definitely.
So at some point, Broderick Jones will be moving to the other side. Whether that means Dan Moore is going to practice and get better at the right side, because I do agree, Chooks is out of here.
Adios, muchachos.
Chooks had a $13 million salary next year. If they cut him, it's only a $3 million cap hit.
Mm-hmm. I heard a rumor, but I'm sure it was humorous, but it said that he, on the sideline, said that cabbage or slaw, whatever you want to call it, and French fries don't belong on a sandwich.
What?
Yeah, in Pittsburgh, that'll get you benched.
Who said that?
Okorafor. That's what got him benched.
Oh,
that's called a Polish boy, ladies and gentlemen. You put French fries, slaw, barbecue sauce, some shredded meat, and the Polish sausage. It's called a Polish boy.
That's definitely a Pittsburgh thing. I mean, Chris Carter said the same thing on Locked On Steelers today. He said he don't mess with the slaw. I guess he put fries on the sandwich, but he don't mess with the slaw.
Man, we get down with the Polish boys, bro. They mugs is hitting.
Yeah, I could use one right now. When we get off here, I'm gonna go fix me something to eat because last time I ate was probably about noon today, and I got to get a little something in my belly before I go to sleep tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. So the George Pickens thing, man, is it a thing, or were we as fans and everybody just overreacting?
It's a thing. It's a thing, and it shows a lot of immaturity for George Pickens. But the issue is, like, and Shannon, you're absolutely right. We can't bench him. We don't have nobody. It's not like we got Young Money sitting over there. You know, it ain't like we got Wallace and Antonio Brown and Emmanuel Sanders or Santonio Holmes. We ain't got that over there. You know, our next best receiver is Deontay Johnson. So they got to work it out.
Do you agree with what Coach Tomlin said in his press conference? He said he's not going to be mad at the guy for wanting the ball.
Mm-hmm. I think that was Tomlin's way of cleaning it up, Tay. Really, to be honest, he cleaned it up.
Yeah, well, he definitely does good PR. He's been doing that for 17 years. You know, right. A lot of stuff with the Steelers don't get out unless he won it out. This Chooks thing, he obviously won it out.
Yeah, because Chooks is out.
Or didn't care if he got out.
He wanted an excuse to be able to start Jones without admitting a mistake in personnel usage.
I agree.
When he talked about the stone pebble in the shoe, you know, we got to remember
Shannon froze.
Kept AB in check. When AB had problems all along, but they was able to keep him in check. And Tomlin hit a lot of things that come out later. So Tomlin, I always give Tomlin credit for that balancing act with a player that volatile. People say CTE. Well, if that's the case, he had CTE in high school and college.
Central Michigan.
So, but the whole problem with the pebble in the shoe is it can start out as a pebble in the shoe, and then it can develop into a bruise, and then it can develop into a sore, and then you can find out that you had diabetes, and the next thing you know, you lose a part of your foot, and then you lose your leg up to the knee, which is the story of my father-in-law, but that's a story for another time. But when you have a small pain, sometimes you need to get it checked out before it becomes a serious issue. So the attitude, he can say that it really had nothing to do with the Steelers yet did. The pouting on the sidelines after Deontay Johnson scored the touchdown and him over on the bench and everybody congratulating Johnson, and he wanted no part of it, left immediately after the game. Everybody's seen it. That is a maturity issue and an attitude problem.
Yeah.
And that is where a person with Tomlin's influence and his father figure status in the organization has to set Pickens down and get this thing straightened out now before it does become a festering issue.
I want guys who want the football. I want guys who want to be central reasons why we're successful. And so that's, that's a non-issue, to be quite honest with you.
Are there any you've experienced, though, dealing with players, young players specifically, kind of working through that adversity, those frustrations? How do you coach a young player like that?
Like breathing. It's easy. I know it's a cute story for you guys, but it is a pebble in my shoe to be.
Yeah, so agreeing with what Shannon said, but I think all that stuff gets handled in house. I think that's just how Coach Tom has always done things. I'm sure George Pickens has been talked to. Big G, what's that noise in your background? There you go. Whatever you did, help her. You push mute. But yeah, I mean, he handles things in house. I'm sure he's talked to George Pickens, like Shannon said. As soon as he left Pittsburgh, we seen what the problem AB was. He kept that thing sane and under wrap for 9 seasons. You know, I mean, Big Ben was a drama queen, whether we wanted to admit it or not. He was.
Facts.
James Harrison was a little bit cuckoo.
Joey Porter too.
So I was watching something today. Joey Porter too. Said, you know, the Steelers can take risk on these type players because Coach Tomlin is one of the few coaches in the league that can manage those type of personalities and get the best out of them.
What? And the issue is this: Pickens made his own pout, bruh.
Yeah,
toe tap, and you got one too.
He could have had a
Toe tap,
touchdown.
You got one too. So,
I'm sure you leave that game a lot happier, even if you only have 3 catches, but one of them is a touchdown. You're probably okay.
Yeah,
and that's your fault, GP. That's all your fault.
Did you hear what Merle Hyde said on the podcast today?
I didn't hear that.
Merle Hyde said that the Steelers are never going to win a championship with people with that selfish personality and demeanor on the roster, and then that needs to be fixed immediately. And I can't say I disagree with him.
I don't disagree either, but we are talking about a 22-year-old kid, though.
Yeah,
that has to always be taken into consideration. Yeah. If he was, I'd be more upset at what Devontae Adams has done in Las Vegas, causing all that hoorah and the coach get fired and all that stuff, than I would be because Devontae Adams is 31 years old. George Pickens is 22 years old. Yeah. George got
not all 22-year-olds act like that.
That's
not
facts.
All, but the correlation between immaturity and being 22 is a thing.
Yeah. And it's a cultural issue too, man, as far as the young culture. Listen, I got a 25-year-old, 22-year-old, and 21-year-old. Them kids is different. They're a lot that listen, there's a lot of entitlement with them. There's a lot of, these are kids that got participation trophies, right? It's not the old school culture. But Tomlin, to me, is the perfect bridge between the old culture and the new culture. By being a father figure and being like how you guys said, and set this kid down and say, dude, look, you controlled that. And we're a team around here. So when your brother makes an outstanding and great play to get him off the schneid because he hadn't had a touchdown and God knows who win it, however, go over there and hug him and say, hey, bro, we glad for you to get it. So it'll work through. But if it don't, adios muchachos, my friend. We can get a first round pick for you, bro. So you better work it out. You better, or you're gonna be out of there. So, and the Steelers have shown one thing consistently for years. They know how to draft receivers in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round and get hitters. So it ain't like you just, use this permanent figure. You got to show your worth to stick around a long time with Pittsburgh, because we'll get rid of you and get another one quick.
I think
that's the culture.
I think we're gonna draft one in the 2nd or 3rd round this year because Allen Robinson's not worked. Calvin Austin is a gadget guy. He's good at the 4th receiver and kick returner. He's not that 3rd receiver. So I think we draft a guy. But real quick, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. If you're watching on YouTube, don't go nowhere. Stay right with us. We'll be right back. If you're listening on the audio side, we got to pay a couple bills. So listen to this commercial, and we'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Tate, along with the triple OG Shannon and the little fella, Big G.
Yeah,
gentlemen, what's happening?
Man, I'm digging the podcast. We done had a great conversation so far as we're into it. Keep hitting that like button. Keep sharing. And let's get them rhythms jumping on the Hump Day Wednesday, man. That's what you talking about, Shannon, Tate? That's because that's what I'm agreeing with. And that's where we at this week. So last 2 things we talk about this game. So finally, we got Broderick Jones starting. Mm-hmm.
And we got PZ Island. We got Joey Porter starting. Shannon and Big G, how good can he be? He won't have the full year resume for a rookie year because he didn't start at the beginning of the season. But can he be as good as Sauce Gardner was last year?
Josh, and I'm gonna let you answer that first. Woo-hoo. I don't know.
I don't know if I'd put him on that level. As far as his full potential, his length is incredible. His tenacity, his ability to shadow and flip his hips. Hopkins is the best guy I think he's had to cover consistently one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And he just shut him down basically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can he do that against Jamar Chase, who had put some catches on Sauce Gardner? Chase is the kind of guy that has the speed that it's going to be hard to shadow him the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So they might start him out on T. Higgins, where his size can match up. But I think Joey Porter Jr. could be easily a perennial Pro Bowler.
This year? You think a Pro Bowl this year?
I mean in the future, especially once he gets a little stronger and improves his tackling.
Yeah. JPJ Island is a big take. And that's, because now we're talking about Revis Island. I got this side of the field locked down. But based on his growth and development, absolutely. And oh God, when we get Corey Trice back and we get Rush worked out, oh yeah, we all right. We just got to get a safety.
If you remember a few weeks ago, I said that's what I want the Steelers to do is match Joey Porter Jr. up against the best receiver and let him man up against that receiver and let the rest of the defense and secondary do what there is Tomlin and Terrell also want them to do. Scheme, do stuff. Joey Porter, this your guy. You take that guy, right? And the other 10 men can do whatever else they want to do.
Yeah.
So, I like the idea of that, but, we'll see how it pans out.
But with Rush and Trice, we're going to be out there hitting.
I thought Rush got some good minutes the other night. Come on, man. You got to catch that ball. That interception is right in your hands.
Yeah.
But
Wallace dropped one earlier in that drive.
Wallace did drop one.
Get Wallace on the bench. I don't care. No, I don't, man. Get him out. Get him on the bench.
He came in as a third or fourth corner. He did good the other night.
He can play sub package.
Yeah.
They need him in sub package. He just can't start.
Third or fourth corner. He can't. Yeah. You can't have him give all that exposure to him. He can't be out there for 65, 70 plays a game.
Matched up against the one or two.
Right. He can be out there 15 plays a game against the third receiver. Or if they go 4 wide, the fourth receiver.
Tate, that doghouse you showed for Snoopy?
Yeah.
Wallace need to be leaning on one side of it, and Chooks need to be leaning on the other side of it with some Charlie Brown jerseys on, dog. Get to the bench. You can't play no more. No.
Hey, he didn't do bad the other night, though. I mean, I understand. You got him on the starting line, G. Quit just completely hating on him. He plays solid, a dime role. I mean, you hating on him now. He played good the other night.
Okay, but Tate, didn't I tell y'all at the very beginning that the dude was garbage?
You said
and nobody believed me.
You said it.
So I'm not gonna call that hate, man. I'm just saying that he trash.
But did he play good the other night?
Yeah, he played decent. I'll give him a C. I'll give him a C.
Yeah, but I'm not upset. I like to see. I think me and Shan was talking about this another one of the weeks ago. I'd like to see James Pierre get some more time.
Facts.
Yep.
He should. James Pierre should. He should play.
Yeah, I like James Pierre. I mean, he's always been step. I mean, he's had his share of being burnt too, but he stepped up when we needed him. He intercepted the pass in the end zone a few years ago against Denver and clutched the game, ended the game. I mean, so I really like that. But you know what? The last thing before we get to talk about Green Bay. You know what hurts me?
What's that?
The 2020 draft. That's the year we didn't have a pick. We took because we traded for Minka Fitzpatrick. But who did we take in the second round?
In 2020?
Pick number 49. He gone already.
It wasn't Bush.
Chase Claypool.
Oh, but we got it back though. We got it back because
I understand that, but I'm telling you why I'm hurt, because we could have had Jalen Hurts.
Ooh.
Jalen Hurts was taking that same draft, pick 53.
Ooh.
And I was on at the time. Lot of people in the Steeler community. Oh, he's no good. He can't throw. He's this. He's that. But I say we took Chase Claypool 3 picks earlier. We got Kenny Pickett now. Jalen Hurts is actually younger than Kenny Pickett. Where would we be right now if we had Jalen Hurts?
Amen.
That's a rhetorical question.
With Matt Canada, where would Hurts be? Maybe out of the league.
Facts. There's a lot of facts right there, Shannon. You know,
it could be something to that, but I think old Matty Boy done found his mojo. Don't mean he's gonna be here next year. Just mean they're gonna be better between now and the end of the year.
hey man, I'm gonna stir it up with the live chatting with y'all, man. I just want to ask a question, man. We don't make the playoffs. Say we go 10-7. The Bears end up with the 1 and 2 pick. Did we go try to fleece Justin Fields out of Chicago?
I'm all over it.
Shannon? Did we try to get him?
With a competent offensive coordinator,
Yes, sir.
it would only be if Pickett shows no improvement at all.
Between now and the end of the year.
Yeah, because in my opinion, we won't know the real Kenny Pickett till you get a competent offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
I think
saying,
that the hope for the rest of this year is the offensive line gels,
Yeah.
allowing the running game to continue to play like they did the other night where they had 160 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 160. And that will open up so much to the play action and let them progress as much as they can, even if they don't call routes across the middle of the field and don't do things that every other team in the NFL does. And then next year you get a competent offensive coordinator, and I think they could really be a contender. So, but yeah, the only way you would want to go after Justin Fields is if Pickens doesn't show any more progress this year.
Shannon, I asked that and stirred it up, and the live chat went bananas.
Yeah.
No, heck no, Kenny, no. I mean, I feel y'all, man. I feel y'all. But guess what? If Kenny doesn't show he's the guy, we got to get a quarterback. So it's Justin Fields versus the incoming class. You know,
I mean, I like Justin Fields. Tomlin liked him coming out the draft. I remember at the combine, he like, you know, at the Ohio State pro day. Show me what you got. They had their little moment, you know what I mean? But I like Justin Fields. I think in the right offense with weapons like Pittsburgh has. I'm not saying he's better than Kenny Pickett. We don't know because neither one of their talents have been maximized yet.
That's facts. That is total facts.
And
but
he
I know,
needs out of Chicago.
Yeah, but I know before he got hurt, he had a 330-yard game and 4 touchdowns. Kenny Pickett ain't sniffed nothing like that.
Never. Ain't seen no part of it. Ain't seen no part at all. Yeah, facts. But Kenny might show progression. You know, I think the biggest progression that Kenny's going to show is that the settling of the offensive line, the settling of that offensive line being settled, and like, okay, Jones is in there, Mount Washington is in there. Okay, that's going to help him out tremendously. Super chat, Gene Smith. He said, look at the fourth quarter comeback stats. Hey, Gene, thanks for the $1.99 for sure. Definitely. He does. He's a dog. He shows he's a winner. He shows, but we need him to play like that all the time.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
All
the time.
We can't keep skating away with these close nail biter games. I was telling my wife when we watched the game last Thursday, I was like, man, for the past couple years now, in any victory the Steelers had, I think they've gone 13-5 out their last 18 games. That no game have I ever been just relax and chill.
Yeah.
There's always a nail biter down to the end. You gotta stress it out.
Man, I've been hostile the last 2 years, dog. I've been ready to go to Pittsburgh and move some furniture around about probably 17, 18 weeks in a row. Because listen, I can't keep taking this fourth quarter mess, y'all. We got to get it together. You know, show me a whole game.
I want to mention something with you guys and our audience, our very knowledgeable audience. Without the Steelers having a game this weekend, I was out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And talking to people and about the Steelers, and people will all talk about it was crazy this weekend. Everybody comparing him to every other quarterback. Stroud had a record game for a rookie of all time. And everybody comparing him with Pickett now. It's hard to compare different situations, much less different eras. You know, when we try to compare Lynn Swann to somebody now, everybody's like, oh, you can't compare eras. Well, you can't compare situations either. That irritates me. But when I talk to him and I try to explain the problem with the Steelers offense, what gets to me is that I say, well, if you look at the route combinations, if you look at the middle of the field usage, you look at, you know, the predictability factor, and everybody's like, well, you know, Pickett just ain't putting up any numbers. They don't even have 2 touchdown games. And that tells me they really don't know what they're talking about. Because when you grade a quarterback, he missed throws Thursday. Now, I'm saying that his bruised ribs definitely affected his throwing motion and his accuracy. But they say, well, he has problems before that. Yes, that's true. The problem is the routes and combinations and all have not changed in 3 years, even before. And it was the same with Trubisky. It was the same with Ben at the end. And that's why that they are so predictable and they're so limited. Because on each play, they say, well, he had an open guy on that play. Well, what about the 2 plays before that where there wasn't anybody open? But unless you actually watch it and see what's happening and how many options did he have, and then you watch another more competent offense, and there'll be an open guy on the outlet, an open guy on the second level, and even an open guy deep. And it's, you know, which guy is the best option. There's a lot of times Pickett has one guy to throw to, and if that guy's covered, he's done.
Yeah, the route combinations suck.
Yeah. So we have to look at the big picture before you make a final judgment.
Yeah. I've never seen, listen, I haven't seen a cross drag route yet.
Nope.
Where the 2 wide receivers cross each other up and they pick guys off. I haven't seen a double tight end, 12 personnel, both tight ends run up the seam. I ain't seen none of that. They do not throw the ball to the middle of the field.
Nope.
And that kills Kenny Pickett. Now, the question is, can he do it? Because the question is, does he see it and can he do it? Because a coordinator is going to lean to the strength of a player. And I'm starting to question whether or not he can do it. Can he hit a double route? Can he hit where you run a drag across and a receiver runs right behind a tight end and he breaks it off and he's got a 3-way go? You know, can he do that? Is he able to see it and process it?
But they're not running routes there.
Facts.
So then when you say, is he going through his progressions? His progression is, I'm going to start off on one side, and if that's not there, he's got to come all the way over. And if you notice, if a guy is in the middle, he's always late getting to him.
Yeah. So
because
that's like his last read.
He's going to have to go all the way over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his last read.
Yeah.
You know, and most of those are comeback routes. Like I said, I've never seen there's no way in God's green earth you should not run George Pickens and Deontay Johnson across. There's no way. Somebody's going to pick somebody off and the other guy's going to be running wide freaking open. Yep. And in that same set, you can put Calvin Austin outside of Deontay Johnson and run him on a go route. He takes the safety off with him. Now you got one of them wide receivers one-on-one with a linebacker. Somebody going to the house. Yep. They that fat, you know. So, like I said, I got issues with Canada as far as his scheme. His scheme sucks. And like I said, you don't see no 2 ways with the. I have not seen a double route yet with both tight ends running straight up the seams. That's the most unstoppable play in football. If you really know how to scheme it, how the heck can you stop it? Why do you think Kelsey eats? Kelsey's out there playing with bums in Kansas City and other tight ends, and he makes them other tight ends look great because they run that 2-man seam route, man, and they kill you with it.
Kelsey got Patrick Mahomes throwing to him too.
Facts. That is facts. But you still can run the route.
And he's got Andy Reid.
Yeah. Great offensive mind. Probably maybe the greatest of the history of football. Maybe.
He's up there.
I got to go with Air Coryell.
Bill Walsh.
Oh.
Bill Walsh.
Oh.
We're going way back, Big G. You might be a little too young. Remember this stuff.
Come on, man. Get up out of here, bro. Come on, man.
You remember Bill Walsh?
Of course. The Niners, baby.
You remember Don Air Coryell?
The San Diego Chargers.
Oh, okay.
Not Los Angeles, San Diego Chargers.
All right.
Who was his tight end? Who was his tight end, though?
Kellen Winslow, man. Come on, man.
And guess what? He ran them combo routes for Kellen Winslow. And he would run Chuck Muncie out the backfield and run Chuck Muncie right behind him.
Kellen
Combination
Winslow,
routes.
John Jefferson, Wes Chandler, Charlie Joyner. Come on, man.
Yep.
Out there
I love that team. Watching that team on Monday Night Football, that was action.
out there hitting them.
Oh, they had no defense, but man, they
No
was
defense, plenty offense. And that playoff game in 81 against the Dolphins, where they had to get Winslow off the field.
Winslow was on death's door, then he comes back in and blocks the field goal. They carry him off, he comes back in.
Yeah, that was a great game. Hey,
run
for all
for
the young people in the chat, we showing our age here.
Hey, but it was great offense. Who cares?
It was great.
We need dubs. That great offense gets you dub. In this day and age, the culture's done changed. We need some offense.
We do need some offense. We need a middle of the pack offense because our defense is going to be good. And so, what we're going to talk about is the Green Bay game.
Mm-hmm.
We got two maligned quarterbacks playing.
Yep.
Jordan Love's getting it in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Pickett get it here, but at least he's winning. He's having good fourth quarters.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you guys, both first-round picks, I think Jordan Love was 23, Kenny Pickett was 20 in their respective drafts.
Mm-hmm.
So which one of these guys has a brighter future?
Oh, Tay, that's a hard one. That's a toss-up, man. Can I say it this way?
You can say however you want.
I think the Packers fans will have more patience than the Steelers fans as far as the quarterback.
Why would they have more patience? They went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Now for 25 years, that's what they had. 30 years, is what they had.
Because when Aaron Rodgers took over for Favre, Aaron Rodgers was trash. They wasn't good the first 2 years. They let him get his growing pains. They figured it out.
I think they weren't good the first year. I think the second year they might have won 10 games, went to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a lot more patience with him because that's the culture. Pittsburgh has patience, but we don't. The mentality in Pittsburgh is we can run Duck Hodges out there and get a dub. I mean, that's really Charlie Batch. We can run Charlie Batch out there. We can run a washed Mike Vick out there and get a dub. We don't need you to make mistakes and errors. So if Kenny Pickett's going to be the guy, because being the guy means you're in the Roethlisberger strategy. You're going to take off like Big Ben. So I don't know if they're going to have, the patience for that. Because either he's going to take off or we got to find somebody who can. That's just
that's what I said. I watched the Cam Hayward podcast today with Ike Taylor, and Cam asked him about Big Ben and Kenny Pickett. And Ike said, "Man, you can't even put 7 and Kenny Pickett in the same sentence."
That's facts.
He's like, "Now that's not me saying that Kenny's not good." He said, "That's just me saying 7 is different." You know what I mean? Go ahead, Shane.
But if you get a chance, they had it on the other day. They showed the Steelers and Green Bay game. I think it was 2013 or 14, where Ben led them back and they won on the last play of the game.
Yeah.
On that touchdown throw to Mike Wallace. I think he threw the ball. He threw it from about the 25, the far hash, across to that corner. And I want you to watch the throw. Watch the velocity and the angle. That ball never dipped, just like the throw to Santonio Holmes to win the Super Bowl.
Man,
there's only a handful of quarterbacks that's ever played the game that can make that throw.
Yeah,
I agree.
Kenny can't make them throws. But what Ike's advice was, and I don't know that I disagree with him.
No way.
He said he thinks Kenny's good. He said, "What I think." He said Omar and him gonna get mad at me because he scouts for the team, so he worked for the organization. He said, Omar and them gonna get mad at me, but Cam, I'm gonna tell you what I think. He said, "I think Kenny just needs to cut it loose a little more." He said, "I think he drops back and gets in his head, not turn the ball over and puts pressure on himself, and he don't cut just. Man, you got Pickens and Deontay, you got Najee and Jalen." Frymouth coming back, man. You got weapons. Just cut it loose sometime.
You got that. That comes straight from the coach. That's from Tomlin. Tomlin is coaching conservatively. Like we talked about how they're winning, and he's told him to protect that ball, and he is a good soldier, and he's listening, and he is protecting the ball. The other day they said, somebody said, how can he miss so many throws and not have very many interceptions? Because he makes sure he misses wide. If his guy don't catch it, nobody's going to catch it.
Nobody going to catch it. You're right about that.
And you know, Pickett does more than anybody. He checks down. He checks down quick.
Yeah,
he'll
quick.
check down.
But
quick.
I mean, that's what Shannon is saying. That is a philosophy that Tomlin rolls with now with this current iteration of the Steelers since Big Ben kind of fell off. Say the Killer B era.
Yeah,
Killer B era. They were about offense.
Yep.
Then when they had to go to defense, and then Duck came in and Mason came in, and you putting this thing together with tape, duct tape, and bail wire and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to try and keep the games close and then make it move at the end and win. That's what they've been doing. But I think Kenny, I don't think there could be too many ramifications if he just took some of his shots on his own. What they gonna do? Put Mitch in?
Facts. And Tate and Shannon, listen, if he comes up to the line of scrimmage and they run across the formation, and I see they got single high safety and the dude runs with him, I'm audible into Deontay Johnson or George Pickens for a go route. 1-on-1, 50-50, and I'm letting it loose every single freaking time. I'm going to show you that I can make that throw.
Yeah.
Every single dang on time.
The best quarterback head coach combinations have that trust factor. We've seen Mike Tomlin speak up for Pickett in his last press conference. He's like, what's his fourth quarter rating?
Killer.
His head coach has got his back.
103.
Now, if Kenny Pickett does not do what Tomlin wants him to do, and he goes rogue like you're saying, they might not bench him, but he's going to lose that trust factor with his head coach, and that would be even worse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that's true. That's almost being stuck between a rock and a hard place, though, y'all.
Well, he is, because he has a bad offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And I'm just a rogue type of guy.
No, but I agree. Listen, I hate to say it, he's damned if he does and he damned if he don't.
So
if the issue is if he don't ball out, he's gonna lose his job.
You're right, Big G. We'll keep this train moving. We ain't gonna get to the schedule. So better future, Pickett or Love? Quick.
Pickett.
Shannon.
Pickett, because Love has a lot of talent, but he don't show the intangibles that Pickett has shown.
Yeah, I agree with you. Agree with both y'all. So duo with the most yards is gonna win this game this week. That's my key to the game. Which duo you guys think will have the most yards?
Pittsburgh, because the offensive line is better. And big boy for the Packers is trash. He out of shape, man. That boy looked like an offensive lineman. He about 295 pounds.
AJ Dillon?
Yeah, he swole up, dog. I seen him. I said, "Oh Lord, he swole up. He looked like he been eating straight chickens, like whole chickens, like the whole. That boy swole.
He
that boy
do Popeyes commercials.
Man, he swole out there, man.
He a beast though, man. He's a good running back.
I ain't saying he ain't good, but he a little bit on the large side.
He look like you if you was a running back.
Facts. Facts. 100% facts.
Hey man, so prediction for this game from both of y'all real quick, because the last 5 minutes we're gonna try and jump into predicting the rest of the schedule.
Steelers win. Steelers win at home. A big win. The offense gets it together. 28-13 Steelers.
Whoa.
Yeah. Steelers win.
They scored 28 and win by 2 scores?
28-13 Steelers. Packers offense sucks.
Okay.
I think that the Packers defense is a little better than we're giving them credit for. They do have a lot of injuries. So I'm going to keep Steelers score down a little bit. I think Steelers will win. It's throwback uniforms, block numbers. They're perfect in those uniforms. So I'm going to say 24-13.
We close.
Still 2 scores.
Yeah, we close. Yeah,
I don't think we had a 2-score victory this year, have we?
You can count it this week, buddy.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. So you guys have us winning this game.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts us at 6-3.
Yep.
Facts.
They need this one.
Mm-hmm.
So after this next game, we go on the road to Cleveland.
Oh. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. This man. Well, you know what though? We going up to the. I know we're gonna win the Green Bay game, but we going up to the dog pound to get a dub too. That's what I'm saying. We going up there to get a dub. Cleveland got a heck of a defense, but nah, come on, dog.
What say you, Shannon?
I think that Watson does not like playing against the Steelers.
Nope.
I actually am more scared of the Browns if P.J. Walker plays, because the Steelers get in his head, as we've seen last game. Their defense concerns me, but the Steelers just have had a lot of success there. So I'm going to say they're going to pull that one out.
Okay, so 7-3. After that, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, we go to Cincinnati.
That's an L. We're taking the loss right there, dog. They hot. They hot as a firecracker, man. Joe Burrow and them hot right now, man. They hot as a firecracker. Can't keep up with them. Can't keep up. Too much offense.
Yeah, I think that the Steelers are going to struggle in Cincinnati. Their defense is starting to come around, and you only got one Joey Porter, so the other guys can feast. They got to get Darius Rush up to speed, and I think that's a little quick. So I think they'll lose that one.
So 7-4.
Yep.
Arizona at home.
Dub. Keep it pushing.
Dub.
Ain't anybody talking about straight dub.
New England at home. New England at home.
Dub. Keep it pushing. Belichick might get. Listen, they ain't gonna fire him. They ain't gonna fire him, but he might.
New England, Shannon, who you got?
Belichick concerns me because he is a heck of a defensive coach, but I just don't think he has the horses. So I think that's a dub.
So that's 9-4.
After that, we go to Indianapolis.
Dub.
Yeah, that should be a win.
10-4. After that, we got Cincinnati at home.
Oh. Man. That's a loss, man. That's a loss. I don't know. The only team in the division I know we can't necessarily beat is Cincinnati. That's a loss to me. I
say the Steelers win that one.
Oh.
I think Rush will be more up to speed, and with Fitzpatrick back, and I think that they can pull that one out.
Yeah. So Shannon got them. Shannon, you got them 11-4, and I got them 10-5. All right, take next game, bro. You mute.
So you got 10-5, Shannon got 11-4.
Yep.
The game after that, 2 on the road to finish at Seattle.
What time is the game played at 1 o'clock?
The time is to be determined. You know, at the end of the season, they don't.
If it's a late game, they'll win. If it's 4 or 5 or later, they'll win.
Well, usually those West Coast games start at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, well, they'll win. Give them a dub. I'll give them that's 11. Shannon, dub or loss?
I say a loss. They do not travel well to Washington.
All right, so we're both, 11-5?
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah, you are. You are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the last game is at Baltimore. Could be for something.
It's going to be for the division.
You think so?
It's going to be for the division. And we're going to get the dub.
Didn't you have them losing both to Cincinnati?
Yep, but we're going to sweep Baltimore.
Okay.
We're going to sweep the Ravens for the division. Baltimore, man. Baltimore's got to prove it to me, period. Lamar Jackson don't scare me.
I agree with you. What say you, Shannon? Last game of the season.
I say in Baltimore, Baltimore wins. but the Steelers finished tied for second in the division with the Bengals, but they finish higher because they have a better division record.
So they both finished 11-6.
No,
You gotta
you'll be 12-5. I'm 11-6.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're saying 11-6.
Yeah, and I think Cincinnati and Pittsburgh will both be 11-6, but the Steelers will be ranked higher because they have a better division record within the division.
And Big G, you saying 12-5, man, in the division.
And the division.
12-5
in the division. And the division. And I'm listen, 4 teams might make the playoffs for the AFC North. All 4 of them might make it.
That'd be hard to do.
But if the playoffs started today, they'd all be in.
Yep. But it would be very difficult.
Yeah, they would. They would. But they got to play each other, though. I sent you the graphic yesterday that said the teams collectively are 22-11. That's by far the best divisional record in the league. And 5 of those losses are against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we beat each other up real bad, bro. we beat on each other. We punish each other.
Yeah. But all right, man, we ready to get out of here, man. It's been a good show. Y'all got the Steelers winning this against Green Bay by 2 scores. I like that.
Yep.
Hopefully Najee and Jalen can get another 130 plus. Let's go ahead and let GP eat. I mean, Canada design some plays to go his way. They dude's nickname is the Alien, and you got to give him the ball. Not no smoke screens, none of that stuff. I hate those routes, man.
Hey, Matt Canada, inbox me, dog.
Push the ball.
Inbox me, dog. DM me, dog. I got something for you, dog.
Hey, Big
I got
G.
some schematics that'll hook you up.
Hey, Big G. I know you used to coach high school, but for real, you trying to step on Canada's toes? I think he might put hands on you.
Canada will get smashed messing around with me, dog. Matt Canada gets smashed. But if he inbox me, dog, hit me up. Hit me up on the book, Twitter, Instagram. Find me, man. I got some plays for you, bro.
Man, you ain't on Instagram.
I do got Instagrams.
You do?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen it.
Big G, just cover the middle. He'll never hit you.
He's swinging wide. That's funny. That's hilarious.
Hey,
but I got something for him, man. Let's
go ahead and wrap it up. Shannon, what you got going on the rest of the week, man?
Well, just the random Steeler observation article on Friday, and that should do me for the week.
Okay. Send it to me again like you did last time. I definitely read it when I get it hand mail delivered.
Yeah, I did to both of you, and I knew you'd appreciate a lot of truth nuggets in there.
Yeah.
A lot of
nuggets. Big G, what you got going on, man?
Man, you know the week just getting started, man. We have Wednesday Pump Your Brakes. We appreciate everybody in the live chat. Wednesday nights for sure. Check me, Tape Boy Fresh. That dude, Payday, and the MIA, B-Dirt, who's got a fine jar running on right now on the Homies podcast. And then afterwards, swing it over to the Homies Overtime podcast, where we talk all sports central. We're going to get into some college football this Friday for sure. Don't forget to check me, Tape Boy Fresh, and Mod out on Sundays, man, on the Know It Alls podcast. We got it going on over there, too, with a lot of sports central talk. And I've been killing Mod all week about them Cowboys taking another loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. Last but not least, man, don't forget to check me, Tape Boy Fresh, out on That's Rather Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers podcast. You know, we got one probably we're going to record tonight, and we'll put it up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and or Google Podcasts. And then I'm on Level Up Podcast with my boy Andy P on Mondays, man. This last Monday was a banger. It was an awesome show. We broke down what could happen for the college football playoff. So if you like college football, you can find us on Fans First Sports Network, College Football, and you'll come up and see the Level Up Podcast with me and my boy Andy P.
Okay. Shannon, take us home, man.
Woo!
Like that. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Me and Big G will see you on Friday. We'll see you on the Pump Your Brakes next Wednesday.